Hoppas allting funkar nu som det ska. Tja, välkommen till en helt ny video här på min kanal. Alltså, det var länge sedan. Vänta, bara för att jag ska kolla upp hur länge sedan det var jag spelade in en video. 10 dagar sedan och 17 timmar sedan. Vi ska i alla fall reagera på the most expensive luxury brands.
Louis Vuitton is a name you certainly know by now. Founded in 1854, they've been a fashion staple, selling everything from luggage to fragrances to fur coats, and all of them are lovingly made.
Alltså, förlåt, men såna där kläder, det är nog det fulaste som finns. Usch! Kolla liksom på det där, man tror att hon är Iron Man. Nej.
Them are lovingly made in France, where it all began. You can always snag these two hairpins for $245.
Vad? 2 lax för det där skitet? Nej. Hur äcklig. Jag kan köpa Jordan-skor för det där.
The most expensive Louis Vuitton bag ever sold was this heap of trash. No, really. This purse is called the Urban Satchel, and it was made to resemble trash on the sidewalk.
Skämta inte. För det har de lyckats med det. Skulle inte förvåna mig om det här kostar 10 miljoner.
Only 24 were made back in 2008, and I've got to say, it matches the fashion standards of 2008 quite well. The purse was sold for an outstanding $150,000 a pop. Of course, there are some other items of Louis Vuitton that go for even higher. A luxury cricket trunk was commissioned by cricketer Michael Clark for $170,000. Made of the finest leather, the trunk had room for a chessboard and his cricket equipment. The most expensive Louis Vuitton item of all time, however, doesn't belong to any accessory or clothing item. That distinction belongs to this bear, a one-of-a-kind collaboration between renowned toymaker Steiff and Louis Vuitton. This bear's eyes are made of diamonds and sapphires, and its coat is embossed with real gold. And I thought my closet was fancy. The bear sold for a whopping $2.1 million to a...
Vänta, nu ska jag kolla upp här vad 1,2 miljoner dollar är i svenska kronor. Alltså det är så många siffror så jag kan inte sitta och mumla upp dem. Hur gickelig. Nej. Se så här. Ser någon den här som har köpt den där skitdockan som är på ett museum just nu? Jag kommer verkligen inte göra. Men skäms på dig.
Watches, and I know what you're probably thinking. Obviously, we're going to have a chat about Rolex. However, we're talking about the most expensive luxury brands, and Rolex just doesn't make the cut. Richard Mille, on the other hand, does. It's not as instantly recognizable as Rolex, and it doesn't have quite as much history, but Richard Mille started in 2001 and came onto the scene rather strong. The reason Richard Mille is more expensive than Rolex is its starting price. The cheapest watch you can purchase from Richard Mille is going to cost you $50,000. Even used watches can run you $30,000 to $40,000. But how can a watch cost so much? For starters, the cases of the watches are made from white gold, red gold, or titanium, and it consists of 3 different decks. Each layer is curved, meaning they have to fit together within 1/100th of a millimeter in order to keep dust and water at bay. The baseplate and case materials and mechanisms used are the same in aerospace, Formula One cars, and even in yachts, which really drives the price of the watches up. The most expensive watch made by Richard Mille cost an incredible $2 million. The RM5602 Sapphire is a beauty, milled from the blocks of sapphire, as the name would imply. Each case takes 40 days to craft, being worked on 24/7 by machines. If that wasn't enough, 400 additional hours are needed just to finish the watch. Number 2. House of Bijan. I'm rather excited to talk about the runner-up on our list of the most expensive luxury brands. House of Bijan is a name whispered between the wealthy men of the world, and every powerful man on earth, from Barack Obama to Hugh Hefner, has bought a suit there. Its store on Rodeo has the distinction of being ranked as the most expensive store in the world. Visiting is by appointment only, and only one person is allowed in this store at a time. The suits, fragrances, leather jackets, and watches in House of Bijan are custom-made in Turin, Italy, from the finest materials. The cheapest item at the store is a t-shirt that sells for a measly $1,000. If you're looking at the most expensive, well, you better buckle up. Some of the leather jackets sold at House of Bijan come from exotic animal skins, like blue lizard, and can sell for as much as $500,000. Number 1. Gucci. The most expensive luxury apparel brand in the world should come as no surprise. Every 20-something YouTuber likes to flaunt that they wear it, although I must say, I'm much more of a Bijan guy myself. And that so-called brand is Gucci. Founded in 1921, Gucci has been a staple in luxury fashion for years. There's a reason the kids are now saying, it's all Gucci. The $250,000 belt I mentioned earlier is the most expensive item ever sold by Gucci. 30-carat diamonds are in each buckle, and the belt itself is made of the finest leather. However, not everything sold by Gucci screams luxury quite as loud as the belt. Gucci has the distinction of being one of the first brands to truly combine street fashion and luxury, and they've continued to do it to this day. Though even their street fashion will cost you a pretty penny. Take, for example, this Gucci sexiness sweatshirt. Though it looks like something you could pick up from a gag store or a thrift store, this sweatshirt alone sells for $1,100. If you're looking to kick it up a notch, their tracksuits will run you around $5,000 a pop. If you don't have $5,000 to toss around, don't worry. You can buy their cheapest item, a single pair of socks, for just under $100. So,